So I remember a video I put up on YouTube around it was May 2016, if I remember correctly, right around May of 2016. And you can still find this video because other people have uploaded it. You can dig around and find it. But in this video, I was talking about how uh, I had researched crypto as a journalist and was following it, and how I thought Bitcoin and Ether were the future. And Bitcoin at the time was less than $500 each. As of this morning, they're just shy of $97,000. So Ether was like 12 bucks each. This morning, one Ether, $1,837 and change. So this video, I shared my thoughts, and at the time, I thought it was a good video. I was just sharing my latest research. I thought it was a fine video. And I was very surprised by all the comments, the negativity. And some of these comments you can still read on the re-uploads on other people's channels, right? Comments from like 8 years ago saying, ha ha ha, Seaman, you're such an idiot. You're such an effing idiot to think Bitcoin has a future at below $500. It's over. Why don't you get a job? It is over. Same with Ethereum. Oh, they're $12 for a reason, Seaman. You're the biggest idiot. You're the biggest idiot in the world. And so, that's fine, but it shows me that whenever I come out with something that's truly my most honest and clear thinking, the public isn't necessarily going to resonate with it right away. And my thoughts on the path we're on right now as a country. I'm not a Catholic, so I don't care one way or another about Trump posting from the White House account this AI image of him in a Pope suit, of Trump dressed up as Pope. It doesn't bother me, but I just want to hear from the Catholics out there. Do you find that offensive and weird? Do you find it funny? Do you not care? And where's all the stuff we voted for? Where are the arrests? If all this fraud has been found by Doge, why aren't people being indicted? If it's true that the Clintons got like $80 million through USAID, where are the indictments? Doesn't Pam Bondi answer to this administration? Doesn't she answer to the president? It all just feels kind of fake to me. And I've been very clear about this. This tariff policy, it just seems like brainworms. It's total brainworms. Just like the people who the people who are laughing at me when Ether was $12 each. Ultimately, I got the last laugh. And I'm trying to be polite here. These people were fucking idiots toward me. They weren't great toward me. Bunch of fucking idiots. The crypto doubters, I mean. The crypto agnostic folks. And if you disagree, you're welcome to disagree. But they were like nasty about it. Reviewing some of these comments from years ago. It wasn't just that people doubted what I was saying. There was a nastiness to it. And it was kind of repeated with Pizzagate, right? With all those weird emails that came out through the WikiLeaks. And it just seems like flat out human trafficking. I don't know if these people are a different species and they enjoy human meat and torturing humans. I don't know if you reach the top of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, even above where I'm at, and stuff like that becomes appealing. Is that what it is? Because despite all the made up rumors about me, I still have plenty of money and like beyond a private jet and like a nice place to sleep. I don't think you really need anything else. And yet there's a massive human trafficking issue on the left and in Hollywood. Absolutely massive. And instead of the whole world saying, hey, this big YouTuber is onto something, let's rally beside him. Let's rally beside him and get to the bottom of this. Instead, people called me crazy. Now I wasn't just stupid as I was when I was talking about $12 Ether and $490 Bitcoins. Now I'm crazy just for thinking the left is up to their eyeballs in human trafficking based on their own leaked emails, which to this day, none of that stuff has really been discredited. And in retrospect, I see it was kind of a humiliation ritual. Here I am, a high IQ person. I'm reading a couple of duds emails. It certainly seems like human trafficking to me. It certainly seems like Epstein 2.0 to me. That just, uninterrupted continuation of the Jeffrey Epstein blackmail stuff simply occurring elsewhere. That's what those WikiLeaks emails seemed like to me. And this humiliation ritual unfolded where a lot of my platforms were taken away and I was mocked for 8 years. But to this day, it seems like there's a lot of human trafficking on the left. And it seems like their clownish cover up of it will eventually be published. Will eventually be published by proper publications. Journalism will come back. It's all cyclical. And I think voters are not going to forgive the left for straying from workers' rights and stuff to just becoming this weird internationalist party of human trafficking. And so that was a humiliation ritual. And when I come out with my stuff saying that this willy-nilly tariff policy is going to crater the US economy, absolutely crater it, people are being just the same kind of nasty, calling me crazy and stupid again. Oh, I'm stupid like a fox, folks. So I just share my insights because you guys have followed me for years. And I feel like that's the relationship that a journalist should have with the public, is honestly sharing what I think and honestly sharing my research. And I don't want to be a piñata or a punching bag for people who are just insecure because they know at some level that I'm probably completely right, as I was about previous controversial issues that came in. And I don't need to be here and take that abuse. I really don't. But what I can do is reemphasize, yes, I think this is the wrong path. This pseudo-economics championed by Peter Navarro, a failed professor at Harvard. It's just the wrong path. Thinking that trade deficits are some, evil that needs to be reversed. If I go to McDonald's and spend $5 on a quarter pounder with cheese, they now have my $5. And according to Peter Navarro, I'm now in a trade deficit death spiral with McDonald's, right? His book was Death by China. That's the name of his book, Death by China. So I'm now in a trade war death spiral with McDonald's because I gave them my $5, and now there's a trade deficit where they have my $5 and I don't. And the only way to rectify this would be if McDonald's buys $5 of goods from me. But as it turns out, McDonald's doesn't really want anything from me. They're all good on podcasts. They just want ground beef and large amounts of cheese and ketchup and such. And that's not my area. So what I provide them with is currency. This is how our market works. This is how capitalism works. I don't have specific inputs that McDonald's needs for their business, but I can give them currency. And through this wonderful abstraction, I get what I actually want, which is the burger, which is lunch. And so to say that I got nothing out of that transaction when I got lunch is just, it's brainworms. It's not really economically sound. I wonder if some of these people even went to an Econ 101 class in college. It's absolute fucking brainworms. Just like on the left, the people who cover up human trafficking at all costs. I think there's something weird about that. I think there's something kind of low vibe, low IQ, just totally pathetic about that on the left. And how the right has taken up this cultish obsession with slowing down our own economy to somehow own China. It's completely bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. And then people attack me in the comments with all this speculation about how the market's hurting me and I'm flipping out. I'm not flipping out at all. I have most of my money in gold ETFs, paper gold on Wall Street, and Bitcoin. That's where most of my money is. I'm not sitting here worried that Trump's going to hurt anything. I do have one stock at the moment. I have a biotech stock that has a heart failure cell therapy in phase 3 right now. They're in phase 3 trials. And I'm partly invested in that because my dad had heart failure and I saw how difficult it was to live with. And if you could inject somebody's heart with some, souped up cells that cause the cardiac muscle to perform better, and if it gives somebody a couple years of extra life, or if it improves their quality of life, right? Heart failure is a terrible thing because your heart can't pump strongly enough to give your body all the blood and oxygen it needs. It's a terrible thing. And so if you could extend, people's lives and their quality of life, that to me is worth a gamble. Even when the economy turns into an outright recession, there's still going to be money in healthcare. I think to a large extent, healthcare and hospitals and stuff are recession resistant. They're not recession proof because people will still cut back at a certain point, but they are recession resistant in that you'll spend your last dollar to stay alive, right? Long before you spend money on a ticket to space that you don't need, or an electric car, or private jet. Long before these things, you'll spend your last dollar on trying to make your heart last a little longer, or your brain for that matter. And these are some of the great challenges of our time, I think, is solving things like heart failure and dementia before it reaches our generation. And if we fail, then it's on us, because certainly the technology is there, or it's getting there. And so, yeah, I'm invested in one stock, but as you can see, that's an ideological choice. It could drop, it could drop substantially, and I still might hold on to it. It really depends on my kind of long-term vision. But no, one stock, and then I have gold and Bitcoin. And Warren Buffett this weekend, he's doing his big conference that thousands of people show up to. Warren Buffett has really come out strongly against all this tariff stuff this weekend. Uh, and Warren Buffett apparently, he and his company Berkshire Hathaway were net sellers of stocks in quarter one, 2025, first quarter of this year, for the 10th straight quarter. So his conviction is pretty strong. He's been selling stocks for the last 10 quarters. And why is he doing that? Well, he thinks this tariff policy is total reversal, total economic reversal. And so here's the quote from Buffett. It's all over my Twitter feed at the moment. Warren Buffett says, quote, "We should be looking to trade with the rest of the world. Trade should not be used as a weapon." So he's coming out against the administration. And who knows more about money? Peter Navarro, an unsuccessful professor at Harvard, Scott Bessent, former Soros fund manager, or Warren Buffett, second or third richest man in the world, most successful portfolio manager in the world, according to many of his fans. Warren Buffett coming out against all this stuff, and they're going to attack him. They're going to attack his credibility. But what can you do? He's the most credible guy on Wall Street, the Oracle of Omaha, and for his jaded views on Bitcoin caused me to not like him all that much. But Warren Buffett is one of the greats when it comes to money and markets and capitalism, one of the absolute lifelong greats. And here he is saying that Trump is doing the wrong thing. Trump and his administration are just wrecking the economy, just not doing the right thing. And so I'm happy to wait and see how this plays out. But yeah, just the disrespect that's been dumped upon me. It's weird. Is this really the movement? It's a bunch of people who want to see their own economy crater, to supposedly own others. It's to own foreigners. It's to own the Chinese. It's to own the libs. But really, it just owns all of y'all. It just owns all of y'all when you don't have jobs anymore, right? When companies go down to a certain point, they cut costs, and it leads to a vicious feedback loop. You lose your job, you don't spend money at the mall, and then the people at the mall lose their jobs. And so I've never been a dishonest person with the public. I talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum when they were fucking nothing because I thought they were significant, because I could see the future ahead for them. I talked about Pizzagate and those creepy WikiLeaks emails because I think we actually deserve to be led by better people. As much money as we pay, as much time as we spend focusing on this republic system, we should have a republic run by people better than John Podesta and Jeffrey Epstein. And here, I feel equally honest. We should be doing better than decimating the last century of economic prosperity on the basis of a failed Harvard professor and some sad right-wing brainworms and some ultra-low IQ influencers who just want to kiss Trump's ass 24/7. You can kiss the guy's ass without destroying our markets. And again, I don't say this out of self-interest. I have one stock, which again, I know is risky. If it were to go belly up, I'd be completely fine. And the rest of my money is in gold ETFs and Bitcoin. Thank you very much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your May.